Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossing in the Woods. Playing for today, spawning in the south, we have PanzerGrenadierAngreifen. Playing as OKW, and his loadout is Firestorm, Overwatch, and Special Operations. Apart from Firestorm, pretty normal loadout there. Myself against him in the north, we have Sky Revolution. His US forces in his loadout is Recon Support, Rifle Company, and Infantry Company. In terms of rankings, Sky Revolution round rank 20 US forces and Angreifen round rank 10 OKW. Funny, I've actually run into Angreifen a couple of times on ladder. I didn't realize, this name was him. So I come along to cast this game now. It's a bit more sense why I'm struggling so much. Okay, so both players kind of just branching out, going across the river. Quite a common tactic, especially for OKW to, run across the river to, maybe what would be considered the natural fuel for this spawn. To bully the re-echelon away from it. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of Y going up. As well as a tank trap to be able to fight effectively whilst capping this point. Because this cover is slightly too far out. Maybe you could stand here, have like two models in cover while still capping the point, but can't really rely on it. So nice to see some early tank trap usage there. Angreifen had, didn't connect this until a while, but was connected through the victory point there to the fuel. And quite a late munitions capture here for Sky Revolution. He's actually gone for a Rifle Company. Slightly unusual build there. Back here, try and check for his officer. Just going to be started a little bit late. This is going for another rifleman. Here we go first. A little bit of combat. The rifles behind the heavy cover. Still no officer tech from Sky Revolution. So he's missed his timing on that a little bit. Looks like it's going to be Lieutenant. But yeah, definitely was about 100 manpower late on his officer tech. And I can understand that if there's a lot of combat going on the map, and you're busy microing units, but I don't think there was really that much going on at that time. This is always a rough one, having a cap on the negative cover. Makes it to the light cover, but it's going to have to abandon this engagement at number 2v1. Staying in there for a bit, not bringing any squads in to reinforce, and Angreifen actually getting some sandbags down on this cutoff point, which you don't see too often captured. You've got to make sure you don't go too far forwards because you will get suppressed by base MGs. You set them up at a really safe range there, and here comes a flamethrower. Does a good chunk of damage. The squad has retreated with enough health such that it probably won't get wiped by these two squads, but Angreifen's going to give it a shot. There was an incendiary grenade to buy himself a little bit more time, and yeah, that squad on the gauntlet and came out still at two models. Maybe Angreifen got a little bit unlucky there. Here comes the Lieutenant. That re-echelon flamethrower is really boosting the firepower of Sky Revolution. Helping to overwhelm here, where usually it would be a little bit tricky with just the re-echelon in its standard form, but either way, Angreifen has had good fuel control and disconnecting this cutoff for quite a long time, so should be off to a strong start in terms of his light armor. Getting his mechanized truck down now, and 50 cal coming up for Sky Revolution. A good idea if you've lost control of your fuel for a good chunk of time. You need to wait for a little bit longer to get your steward out. plus 50 cal is very effective against OKW in general. I mean, they're just generally like a very, very good machine gun. And can help you against the OKW mechanized onslaught, especially if you activate the armor-piercing rounds. Oh, late retreat. He's going to get away alive though. Become 2 more squads to harass the fuel. 50 cal run down in the middle, setting up. And yeah, it's got a fast enough setup time. Oh, but the first burst didn't suppress that crater there, providing a bit of light cover. Very lucky break for Angreifen there. Well, for sure he's going to get suppressed. Meanwhile, Angreifen also doing his smart move, going for both of these cutoffs, rather than trying to fight the lieutenant around the building and get stuck in one of those kind of log jams. Just avoiding that situation altogether. Very smart movements there from Angreifen. Cal coming back out on low health, which is a little bit unfortunate. Could be vulnerable to a looks. Machine gun coming in for Angreifen. Interesting timing on that. Could be building one of his light vehicles right now. Maybe he's going to go straight for the Puma. I thought for sure he'd go for looks, considering his good map control to this point. Looks into Puma. Flamethrower doing really good work from this rear echelon. Oh, and this could be a wipe. Oh, it's going to be a close call. Oh, gets away. Maybe should have chased to at least the road. And stop once he got, you know, close to the road, and as the unit was crossing the road to try and maximize his damage in that scenario. But either way, good attempt and nearly paid off. Nearly got that wipe there. Well, very good reflexes there, retreating that machine gun. Finally drops a couple models as well, so he'll be able to come out at a stable amount of health. Won't just die straight away if he gets flanked. But yeah, fuel did change hands over here. Looks like a rifle squad coming over now. Quite low in health though, he's going to bleed a lot to these STG folks. Soon Pioneers charge across the river, outnumbered. Flamethrower doing some good work. It's the unit behind the heavy cover there. Oh man, this could be a wipe again. Slightly late on the retreat. No. Okay, Stuart hidden the field. Puma is already on the battlefield. So if he did try to go for looks into Puma, would have been caught out a little bit. Would have had to play it safe for another 30 fuel or so. But also could have applied a little bit more pressure. Maybe denied a little bit of fuel to the Stuart. Slowed it down a little bit. Ambulance coming in, as well as a second 50 cal now. So Sky Revolution has a pretty sizable army. Meanwhile, we've got another truck coming up for Angreifen. What's it going to be? He's getting it this early. It must be Battle Group HQ. Must be going for healing. And look at this, paying dividends. This sandbag on the cutoff coming into effect again for Angreifen. Now soft retreating around the corner. And meanwhile looking to get involved, but doesn't want to take an anti-tank grenade from those rifles. They're firing up, they're sprinting towards it. Suppression catches one of them. Activates the shell shock. Puma is getting stunned. And this could be the end of the Puma. Stuart just needs to land one more shot. Faust comes through. Ooh, long range. I thought that was going to miss. Lucky break there for Sky Revolution. Gets the kill. Nice use of the fire up there. Really caught Angreifen off guard. Wasn't expecting those units to sprint forwards and hit him with the snare. That was the difference maker in that engagement. Coming around on the flank. Avoids the grenade. And now Sky Revolution in a really nice position. Angreifen keeping the heat on though. Getting back on the cutoff once again. Both of the cutoffs currently been disconnected. But I suppose at least Angreifen doesn't have either of the fuels right now, so both players lacking in resources coming in. Angreifen feels the need to go for another Puma to try and tame the Stuart. Interesting. Never ended up putting down his tech truck either. Maybe this Puma going down just felt the need to save. It's kind of just sitting around doing nothing at the moment. What a waste of resources. Sky Revolution finally reconnecting everything. Forward for Faust. Reacts in time, gets out of range. No, I think he's connected now. And Puma coming in behind this. Might have caught Sky Revolution off guard. Activates the shell shock again and blinds, disables the gun on the Puma. Can't chase in for the kill. So close call, but disaster averted. Oh, but maybe not. 50 cal, somehow still alive. Oh, no, there it goes. But there goes the Stern Pioneers in response. Puma coming back in. If he takes another AT grenade here, that'll be an absolute disaster. I've been chasing away the Puma. Where is the MG? Oh, it's coming out of base still. He really needed it in this engagement. So Stern Pioneers and Puma down now for Angreifen. He's in a bad way. I feel like he has had slightly superior map control to this point. That is his saving grace. And because he's got weapon upgrades, is starting to outscale these riflemen with his pulse grenadiers. Sky Revolution might need weapon rack upgrades to keep pace. Stuart coming in here. Oh. I don't know really what he was trying to achieve, but maybe if this rifle comes out of suppression and then hits it with an AT grenade, we could see another Puma going down for Angreifen here. Stuart come around the corner. Oh, they exchange blows, but Puma and Smoke attack ground wars. They trade. And the Puma and the Stuart both go down there. Wow. I think Angreifen made a mistake there going for the Smoke. I think he was set to fire first. And by popping Smoke, it kind of delayed that a little bit. But making the best of a bad situation. Going to try salvage those wrecks now. Get some resources back. Oh my god, is he going? He's going for another Puma. That's a questionable choice. Doesn't have any light vehicles to counter. Not sure about that one.
The enemy is overrunning.
Sky Revolution actually side-ticking, getting out the captain. So he's going to have access to all the team weapons, getting that extra free squad on the field as well. Should help with his map control.
A capture point is under attack.
But yeah, I do question this third Puma with no light vehicle to battle. Don't really see the point too much.
You've got a captain hitting the field.
Just slows down his tech. Actually, I was suggesting that Sky Revolution got weapon upgrades, but as you can see from his munitions, after all those AT grenades, all those fire up activations, actually doesn't really have that much munitions for bars. Now that he's, got the bar on his captain at least. Hold on, but does he must have weapon racks if he's got a bar on the lieutenant. Just put it on the lieutenant first. Ah, yes indeed. Which is a good idea. Lieutenant's already like an anti-infantry squad with the Thompson. Just further bolster that role. MG having a hard time holding the line, being outflanked. But both players basically locking down half the map, controlling the fuel. And being a nuisance at the very least, but not getting too much work done. Sky Revolution actually going for an AT gun. Look at his army size, just seems so much larger right now. Should be able to convert this into some more map control. Backs off to do some capping on the munitions point. I've floating a little bit here. What's his next move gonna be? As you can see, the command point clock quite far along. It's been a pretty violent game, so basically he has the unlock on the command panther already. Still over 100 fuel away from that, but there's an upcoming option. Angreifen just charging through the middle here. Oh, might lose the squad for his troubles. Oh, he does. Flamer gets the kill. Flamer might go down in response. Nope. And Sky Revolution bringing up his army to meet Angreifen's. Ends up overwhelming him there. Angreifen really far behind right now. Holding on to the territory well though. Fire up sprint to get out of harm's way, back into the machine gun's arc of fire as well, so the Stern Pioneers can't chase. Squad comes in on the flank. Oh my god, MG. Vet 3 goes down, loses the veterancy on that. In a pretty safe position for the recrew though. Angreifen ends up rebuilding that Fox Grenadier basically straight away. Oh, could this be a wipe? No. And yeah, things looking pretty good for Sky Revolution. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't started his major tech yet. Before trying to hold the line again, but getting sniped by the captain with the bar in the back line. Let's retreat out of there. And Angreifen doing it, I feel like a very admirable job holding territory with such an army-sized disadvantage. Finally, his squad branching out to the left-hand side, looking to capture the resources over there. Similar situation, Angreifen also trying to go out to the right, but runs into the 50 cal, locking this down. I feel like this machine gun hasn't really been active for quite a long time now. Might want to get that mobilized, but maybe Just after, you know, some like no micro lockdown, which is understandable. There's an opportunity there maybe to go for like a fire up into an anti-tank grenade, or maybe not actually. He spent all his munitions
There's a major reporting for action.
on some more bars, I suppose. Angreifen didn't know that. Should have backed away a little bit more quickly with the Puma. AT gun coming back out. Was in base for some healing, some reinforcements, and lands the first shot. It's gonna disengage. No, he's going around the long way. No, it's disengaging. Indecisiveness there. Sky Revolution now defending Angreifen's fuel as well. Angreifen holding strongly in the middle, but struggling on the sides. Now going for the repair upgrade, but Puma's going to be out of action for quite a long time on the back of that. Angreifen sees an opportunity to go through the middle perhaps. Get the cut off at the very least, and Stern Pioneers chase away the machine gun. Opening up the capture on that fuel. VP's, you know, still not too much in favor of either player. Oh, and here comes a big old blob for Angreifen now on this left-hand side. This is maybe where you would want to mobilize this machine gun after seeing this coming forwards. Try and get it active. And here he comes. Nice work from Sky Revolution. This push comes in on one of the squads. Gets both of them now. Great news. Angreifen could just, you know, crawl back. Maybe should have with their second squad that wasn't suppressed before it ended up getting suppressed. I'm trying to figure out a different way around. Here comes the Puma now. Incendiary rounds activated in the center. AT gun coming out to fight off the Puma. Puma has to get 4 kills, but you see why I was hesitant. Angreifen to go for the third Puma hasn't really converted into that much map control. Machine gun gets outmaneuvered here though. Full retreat. The squad didn't have the bar, so couldn't hold the line. Angreifen secures the fuel once more. Look at his float in terms of manpower as well. Should be expecting a medium tank from his opponent very shortly, so probably needs to get at least 1 rocket and maybe 2 at this stage. Speaking of... Oh no, he's just gonna go for the Command Panther. Ooh, nice infiltration grenades. Get the wipe there, so Angreifen fighting back. Despite all those losses, still in this game, especially thanks to being able to call in the Command Panther without any tech, despite going for 3 Pumas because of his bad early game. Don't worry. You can always call in a heavy tank, essentially a heavy tank. Runs over the light AT mine here, but no more munitions for another AT grenade, which could result in the snare. We do have an easy 8 hitting the field for Revolution, who I don't think's the old-fashioned way. Oh, might, yeah, for Angreifen squad. Angreifen trying to make some headway out on this right-hand side. Does snare the Panther, but with the Puma there in support, no real risk. From the easy 8 post. Oh, late retreat. A little bit too much firepower there. Really wanted that snare, but didn't end up converting. Does have a vet on his AT gun here. If he uses the take aim, Could go for some like base diving shenanigans. Try spot these tanks close to base appearing. It is a risky one, but could attempt it. Not gonna go for it though.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Rebuilding a rifle squad. Sky Revolution. You can use that aim shot quite a lot actually. Still struggling for map control though.
The command vehicle has converted
To make another assault. Changing repositions to deal with that. Is yet finally getting the machine gun upgrade. Revolution's been a little bit low on munitions for that. This unit's getting suppressed and pinned now by the 50 cal. Here comes the Command Panther. Infiltration grenades. In that engagement. Oh, this could be a wipe though. He's yet getting some good hits, and there it goes. Here comes the Command Panther. This isn't a terrible engagement for the Easy 8 though. Especially with the AT gun there, but that's maybe about to go down. There it goes. This could be a dicey situation for the Easy 8. Needs to not take engine damage here, otherwise Panther could chase him for the kill. Looks like he might do anyway. And no, he's going to steal away the M1. Griffin's still floating near 600 manpower. I suppose he hasn't rebuilt some more squads or maybe another machine gun or even a Raketen, but maybe he doesn't need the Raketen now after making a steal on this M1. It's decrewed. Oh, but we're going to see a squad going down. They retreat. Rebuilding his squads now. Things starting to go south though for Revolution. Looks like he's going to just outright destroy the M1. Make sure Revolution can't recrew it. Here comes a 50 cal now. This could turn the engagement in Revolution's favour. But he's not going to be able to get back his M1. Real question for Revolution is what's he going to buy next? Is he going to get a Jackson or is he going to go for another Easy 8? I'm assuming he's going to get another vehicle next. I suppose he could rebuild his M1 as well. No, it's going to be the Jackson. Safer choice for sure. Healing finally going up for Angreifen in his base. He built that truck 20 minutes ago or something. Finally converts it into the tech structure. Going for an infantry support gun now, so finally speeding that float. Revolution has taken quite a lot of losses in those last few engagements. His lead has dwindled. Good to see him getting down some of these light AT mines. They can make the difference.
The capture point is under attack.
Griffin doing a little bit of minesweeping here. Comes back to do some repairs. Oh, look. I'm surprised that's not completed repairs yet. Oh, infiltration grenades. Jackson gets a good hit in, keeping the Panther from chasing in for the kill there. So Lieutenant does escape. Close engagement there on that side as well. Angreifen, you know, could bring his stern pioneers into the retreat path. Look for the wipe as he crosses the river. And infantry support gun going to work in the middle, forcing the 50 cal to reposition. Got double Zooks now on the major, a little bit more anti-tank firepower.
A capture point is being overrun.
Looks like stern pioneers just end up retreating. Maybe he was just up there to do some minesweeping. Didn't spot anything though. Jackson gets a good hit in on the Puma, forcing that back. Looks like he's called in some major artillery. Clearing out the MG34 from the middle.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Angreifen branching out to the right hand side, currently undefended. Speaking of undefended, so is the infantry support gun. He also has to get out of dodge. And this ambulance maybe a little bit too far back, maybe trying to stop the Puma coming forward and just killing it. But now, you know, when squads are retreating out of like healing range, have to micro them over to it. I want to adjust that. They're coming forwards. Oh, rear echelon flamer goes down on this flank. Command Panther got to be on its toes here. Jackson getting some good hits in on it. And no, that's the second infantry support gun keeping pressure and actually outright decrewing the 50 cal there. Lucky barrage. And it's going to be turned over now. Revolution's in some deep trouble. Only one rifle squad left. Lost his rear echelon flamer. Lost his 50 cal. He's going all in on the vehicles, getting himself another easy 8. Angreifen still doesn't have any Raketens. I don't think I've seen any mines from him yet either, so this all in on the vehicles approach could be very effective, especially if he isolates the Puma or the Command Panther. Knocks them out individually. Puma still in an awkward position. Squad down. That's exactly what Revolution needs to start getting back in this match. Command Panther coming over. Oh, and he's activated the Mark like a vehicle ability. One more shot and it'll go down. Keeps missing on the Puma, but here comes the second easy 8. Gets the kill on the Jackson, but Command Panther might go down here. All bounces from these easy 8s. They just need one more shot to penetrate. There it goes. Puma next on the agenda. That goes down as well. And both of Angreifen's vehicles now deceased. But it looks like the Major has also gone down amongst this. Not sure exactly where. So Revolution way behind capping squads right now. We have Angreifen an awkward amount of fuel, nowhere near enough for another Command Panther. Revolution really needs to capitalize on this now, bully him off the map, deny him the chance to get another Command Panther. Easy 8, not as good as a regular Sherman with the HE shells, so luckily he is getting the 50 cal upgrade. That should help bolster his anti-infantry firepower. Just the squads away here. Yeah, lack of capping infantry is hurting Revolution. Taking a while to cap up the map, capitalize on those two vehicles going down. But that was basically exactly what I needed to have happen. Oh, there was a shoot line down here. Take out both the Angreifen's vehicles without taking too much in return. Raketen, it's a shot in. No Faust though. Surprising. Just all these units on the flank. This one nearly completed repairs. Kidding, trying to keep this Easy 8 in check. Looks like it will be successful. Second Raketen coming in. Angreifen, good choice. Easy 8 comes out not quite at full health, so if it takes a Faust here, it might have engine damage. Oh, runs over that shoe mine. Luckily, no Raketen on hand to finish the job. Should be able to get out of there. This one does end up taking engine damage. Angreifen getting back on the fuel. Just needs 25 more fuel now. Can call in another Command Panther. It's a little bit low on manpower though. Building those double Raketens, so it might be a little bit longer than that. Where he accumulates the manpower for Command Panther. But yeah, that was a really good choice from Revolution. Going for another vehicle in that spot instead of trying to rebuild his infantry forces. An overwhelming Angreifen. Definitely the right choice. Angreifen also getting low on VPs. Close to ticking under 100 now. He was going in deep to try and... oh, who did he steal that away? He stole away the infantry support. I didn't even notice. He drives head on at these two Raketens. Decrews one of them with a nice shot there. Could try recrew it with these Sturms. Looks like he's going to. He's yet trying to decrew the the machine gun first before the AT gun takes a snare in front of the recruit Raketen. Can he escape? Ooh, it's hard to tell whether one more Faust would get the kill there. Not retreating this Raketen now. Might lose it to these rifles. Well, we've got actually grenade tech here. It's a good hidden. Angreifen hanging in there though. About half the map under his control. Just trying to accumulate a little bit more manpower, calling that Command Panther again. Did end up recrewing that support gun that got decrewed over here. Using smoke there, just taking every precaution to try to get that Easy 8 out alive. Question is for Revolution, what is he going to get next? Is it going to be another vehicle? Oh, there we go. Big hit on that Raketen. Might end up killing it here. Yeah, it does before it gets across the road. This one coming out on low health. Just two models. Gonna try to stick around and get the kill on this. Needs one more shot. Will it connect? Getting comes forward for some more damage. And here comes the Command Panther. Oh, disastrous timing. That looks like it's going to be the end of the Easy 8. He jumps out. Trying to save the vehicle crew. Not sure if that's the higher vet crew. I guess it is. Double bars. This MG might go down on retreat, especially if he chases. Right, looks like it's going to escape. And Command Panther now making a charge through the middle. Jackson in response to this from Revolution. As Yak comes forwards. Shot, backs out. Squad coming in on the rear for the snare. Command Panther in a risky position now. I'd say Jackson hits the field. Might end up going down.
A capture point is under attack.
Oh, this came back in for another shot, but it ends up with a main gun crit. Has to get out of there. Trying to keep sight, trying to maintain control of this area, allowing the Jackson to come in, secure the kill on the Command Panther. Will he be successful though? MG getting some suppression in here. Nicely done from Angreifen. And has to abandon this hope. Coming in for the kill with the Jackson just took a little bit too long. Interesting, he's actually equipping that vehicle crew with bazookas rather than trying to switch crews out. I thought that was what he was going to do with trying to save that crew. And that was a risky move jumping out with the crew there. If Angreifen didn't last hit, could have turned over an easy 8 to his opponent, and that would have been game ending. A very risky move. And suppression there.
Get ready to displace.
Trying to deny the building here. Oh, goes in for the crush. It's a couple models. Gonna try the last hit with the Jackson doesn't happen. He takes a Raketten shot through the middle. Getting in a nice position there. Command Panther also back to full read for some more action. Jackson gets a long range shot in, but Command Panther returning fire. Activates the marked vehicle. Coordinated fire. Jackson gets another shot in before backing out. And another easy 8 going to be coming in next for Revolution. Look, a drop there. Maybe that was from the captain. I mean, not the captain, the major that died earlier. Maybe that's where he went down.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits?
Just support gun forcing this MG34 to reposition here. Angreifen about to secure a triple cap down to just 17 VPs, so he's in a desperate situation. Can't lose control of them for almost an instant.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Now Revolution with another vehicle. How is this Command Panther going to survive? It's going to have to be some really strong Raketten positioning. I don't think we've seen many more mines go down. Smoking off this VP. Oh yeah, another mine actually down there for Angreifen. Nicely done. And Revolution doesn't have any sweepers after losing those re-echelon, and wouldn't have anyway with the flamethrower upgrade. Here comes the Command Panther, but all three of Revolution's vehicles are over here. Gonna have to be careful. Raketten's rotating back to the center to support the Command Panther. Oh, hits that shoe mine. Command Panther might consider going in for the kill. Jackson misses that shot. Oh, but the Rakettens in the middle make mincemeat of that slightly low health Easy 8. Jackson now slugging it out, but this wall has been knocked down, so Rakettens can actually shoot from the central VP region. Panther has to get out of there. Here come the bazookas though. Easy 8 also trying to get out. Bazookas, oh, here we go. Now can start firing. Get in range. Jackson actually, oh, just out of range. Coming back in. Oh, this is risky. There you go. Does have a slight range edge on the Command Panther with it. It is connecting. Getting recruit. Going tank hunting. It's going in for a dive. Revolution got to be careful here. He's in a delicate spot. Could lose it all. To this Raketen. No, Raketen actually just running out of there. Could have paid dividends though for Angreifen, who's actually going for another Puma. Doesn't have any more time to wait for another vehicle. Needs a little bit more anti-tank firepower right now. What happened to the second Raketen? It looks like it got destroyed. So I suppose that's a little bit of a consolation prize for Revolution. Oh man! Pixel off being repaired from the engine damage. Remember, engine damage from mines requires you to be 100% repaired to remove, unlike Faust's, which get removed at 75%. Command Panther going hunting here. Jackson is there. Could activate the high velocity armor piercing rounds. Monstrous damage. Puma coming in as well, looking for kill on these vehicles. Angreifen still in control of the victory points amongst all of this chaos. And yeah, finally got to get these back to a safe position for some more repairs. Bit of an assault here from Revolution. Cow trying to stop these advances. But that gets flanked and naded. Opening up the capture on the left. Trying to capture in the center, but the MG34 doing some good work there. Might be able to get him neutralized before he gets pinned though, especially because they took so long to reload just then. He's in light cover as well, slowing down the suppression. He does get pinned before capture happens. Interesting position on this 50 cal, actually suppressing these stern pioneers coming in from a nice angle. And that's a fresh easy 8. What? No, maybe not. And back through the middle. Oh boy. Activate coordinated fire on it. Oh, and the Puma penetrates as well. That's a little bit unlucky. Oh man. He's in dire straits. Oh, and the Puma penetrates again. I can't believe that. Now, Command Panther getting aggressive. Command Panther blitzing in, going for the kill on the Jackson. Jackson missing its shot. Squad comes forward for a snare. Oh, but he's too strong on the vehicle control. Gets the Command Panther out of there. And Angreifen going to work on the VPs again. The squad getting around the side of this machine gun here. An AT gun forcing away the Command Panther. Puma did go down, maybe to the squad with a bazooka. They're looking for some crushes, I think. Trying to also push them around so they can't fire the bazooka. Trash grenades trying to force away the M1. CMG does get forced back, so can't regather the VP on the left hand side. Could this be Revolution's chance to just capture the VPs here? Go for a VP win. MG34 suppressing, but does have the infantry support gun right there. Gonna go for HE barrage rather than just the smoke though, which might not force the retreat until too late to actually capture it. But Olby's branching out with a bazooka to the far right. Oh, and there we go. Does actually decrew the MG, covering the middle. Kitten creeping forwards though. Jackson might take some hits. Oh, nice grenade. I think that Rakeden's going to go down. I think Angreifen running out of steam here. Looks like he's going to finally just tick out those last 17 VPs. 6 round to destroy that Dietrich Rakeden as well. Nice work. Command Panther coming in, looking to come from the side. Get an angle on the Jackson. Activates the coordinated fire. Everyone packing up, repositioning. Going hunting for the Jackson. 6 VPs remaining, but he's ticking off fast. And he's going to drain out on the VPs here. Whew, what a match. This guy, Revolution had a pretty good start, you know, took out those 2 Pumas, wiped a couple of squads. Angreifen had a really strong map control, fighting well despite quite a few losses. And then Revolution suffered a few losses, lost a couple rifles, his rear echelon. All of a sudden he was quite far behind, but stuck to his guns, made a nice, well, kind of Angreifen kind of ran into his armor a little bit, but either way, overwhelmed Angreifen's armor. Angreifen couldn't quite get in a Command Panther in time to save the day. Ends up draining out on VPs. But yeah, well played by both players. Nice match there. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.